Hey guys, SickMotion here again with another patch note, one of the last ones of the seasons probably. I thought I'd do this before I go to bed, just got off streaming so that you guys can check it out. But this is patch 4.18, a couple new things in here. Scion, the rework is live. A bit of a gangplank buff. They normalized his ult, which is super nice, and I think they did something else for him. We'll scroll down and figure out here. Basically, Scion, they did the rework. There's plenty of places to find the Scion reworks, and a lot of people have been watching it on PvE or testing it for themselves now. A lot of different changes. As far as the old Scion, AP Scion's dead, RIP. People got their last runs of him, and now it's the new Scion. Personally, my assessment of it is clunky. I think he's very clunky. For him to hit his skills, the person's monitor has to probably turn off, or it has to be follow-up CC. So it's I don't know. It looks like he might be able to work out of the jungle. It seems like he'll get destroyed by range champions and mobile champions top, but time will tell. Uh, Other than that, let's see what else here. Callie got nerfed in general, but a buff as well. Her Twilight Shroud is more of a ninja thing now. It no longer gives armor and magic resistance while you're in it. So even if you were revealed before, you'd get armor and magic resistance for just standing in the awesome zone. Now it gives you movement speed every time you stealth. So once you're level 18 and you max your shroud last, and unless someone's crazy and you're maxing it before they're level 18, gives 100% movement speed at level 5. So it'll let you catch people. It'll let you do more jukey escapes. It'll do some new cool things as opposed to just the static tankier in here anyway. Anivia, quality of life for new players playing Anivia. It'll help them out with stun radius that only the Anivia player can see. It's kind of cool, I guess, if you're learning how to play Anivia. Azir had bugs on bugs. I think there was one bug where if he ulted onto a Jace's acceleration gate, it would delete the acceleration gate and give him 20 CS worth of minions or something. So like 400 gold and a like couple levels of experience depending on where you're at in the game. Yeah, that was not intended. Base attack speed's up, base attack damage up. As base attack damage was so bad. Um, just bugs on bugs. I'm not going to go through all the bugs. Basically, there was a lot of broken things, and a lot of the stuff is fixed. However, going all the way down here, yeah, his ult had a ton of bugs. I personally had been pinned against a wall with his ult. I just sat there watching the fight ensue, and I couldn't do a thing. And there's still a bug where his sun disk, so his turret that he spawns, does not ramp up in damage like a normal turret will, and that's not being fixed till next patch. So if you're going to play Azir, be aware that there is still a bug, at least one. Ezreal's passive that gives him attack speed every time he hits a spell has been increased to 6 seconds over 5. Bit of a mini buff there. The change has already taken effect, but the tooltip has been updated. So the Mystic Shot was 1.1, but the tooltip did not reflect that. So nothing really in the gameplay, just the wording there. Here's the gangplank change. R, Cannon Barrage, now falls in flat waves, so it looks a lot different. It's not kind of a nice ult that's kind of going off all the time. It's a thwomp, thwomp, thwomp. All the cannonballs hit at once all over the thing. You can visually see that. But it makes it for a lot more of a consistent gameplay experience. You don't want to be the gangplank that ults a guy and he stands in the entire ult and like barely gets hit ever, or the guy who dies to a gangplank ult that hits him 7 times pretty much instantly. So it just normalizes the experience, and they took down the cooldown on it as well. Looks like 5 seconds per level, so 15 at level 3, which is good. Wall of text, warning, 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 wall of text. All of that to say that Kazakh's W now does less damage, and it's quite significant. It goes down by it's quite a lot here. 5 per level until here, then it gains an additional 10. So at level 1, it actually does more damage, or am I doing the math wrong? Either way, level 1 it does more damage, level 5 it sucks more. 35 damage off of it. So it's not going to be the, look, I'm Kazakhs, I fired my W that was evolved in the general direction of your team. Now everyone is slowed forever and takes a lot of damage. Less pokey, more get your hands dirty champion, which is what he was designed to be. Lucian, another nerf, Relentless Pursuit. Ridiculous that it didn't cost mana. Now it does cost mana and eventually ends up at no mana, but it was his early game that needed a nerf, and that's a direct nerf to it, so that's awesome. Tooltip buff on Nunu. Now it actually shows the minimum damage. He was pretty much one of the only champions that had a maximum damage that needed a charge, but didn't show what damage it would do if not charged. Talon's Cutthroat now grants assist, so apparently they nerfed him harder than ever and made it not silence and not give assists, but now it gives assists, so sucks a little bit less. Tristana attack speed per level was taken down. However, her attack speed on her Q was taken up. Those should probably balance out with each other, whereas her Q duration is now 5 seconds instead of 7, so direct nerf to Trist. Win Stana. Definitely need some toning down. Bonus damage discharge can no longer critically strike. That's broken. Victor Shield now properly break when he takes small amounts of damage. Apparently there was something that he would be taking less damage or immune to damage to something after using that shield. Not sure what that is. Nimbus Strike will no longer pick a secondary target if they are untargetable. If they are targetable but invisible due to the Fog of War. So I'm assuming that works as well as if you can only see one jungle camp, one minion of the jungle camp, and you E over to it, it's not going to hit the other ones that you can't see when you cast the E. So that's a bit of a quality of life nerf for Nunu, or not Nunu, Wukong. Yasuo, huge nerfs, 10 base movement speed, which is pretty massive, and 50 base health. So now he's squishy melee champion. No fun for him. Bunch of texture updates, getting ready for the new map, a couple splash art updates. Randuin's Omen, the most favorite item of all bruisers of all time. Armor, health, nice active, cool stuff. Now attack speed reduction is back up to 15. It was nerfed for a long time because this was what everyone and their dog built as a defensive item. Still do, so now everyone building it is going to be rewarded. Reason being is that 80 carries, pretty much influenced by Tristana, I'm guessing, this buff to Randuin's. 80 carries running around killing everything, so they'll kill everything a little bit slower if that everything has a Randuin's now. Hexakill Twisted Tree Line is going to be coming back soon, so if you guys like killing a lot of people, you can kill a lot of people faster on a smaller map. Volume sliders for pings. So now if you don't feel like being a team player, I'm pretty sure you can just turn off pings. So good news for all you trolls. Also, it'll just be nice. A lot of people were affected by the pings kind of going off. Like if I've had a headache and a ping went off, like I wanted to kill that person. It's annoying, especially the ping spamming. So you're going to be able to combat the ping spamming a little bit. Panda Media Booster. See you later, suggested players. Pre-made lobbies now recommends friend of a friend of a friend of a friend something. Garen's R will no longer cast itself if the target enters Fog of War mid-cast. That was an annoying thing. Apparently there was a bug that if you undo Ruby Sightstone, it interferes with your normal Sightstone. And what other stuff? Some crashes being fixed. Abilities blocked by spell shields no longer proc lifesteal or spell vamp. That would kind of a given. I'm surprised that even happened for this long. And then the new skins, Champion Shyvana skin coming out, of course. Dunkmaster Darius. I actually played that on PBE today. It was pretty cool. So that'll be fun to have in the game. It has massive amounts of quotes. I was sitting there bad mannering my lane, not on purpose, because I was testing out the taunts on the PBE while this patch was getting uploaded, while the server was down actually. And yeah, there's just taunts for days. There was like 10 or more unique taunts, as well as new walking voiceovers that he says when he walks, obviously, and other things. He just has a ton of new voice acting on it, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed the skin. You swing a basketball net at people, which is pretty overpowered. Other than that, though, guys, that's pretty much the patch and my opinions on it. So thank you for listening, and I'll hopefully see you guys in my other videos or on my stream, and you can find all the information for that underneath this video. So you guys take it easy.